Hello, hello. Hi, I'm here, as you can see from the title, that this is about Summer Moon Utah Wells. I'm sorry if I sound funny, it is very late at night. And I just had cheese and crackers. Okay, so let me open up my book. I had done this reading with 5 different decks of cards. I had tapped in. I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages from Spirit. So I had already tapped in. I did this reading a couple of weeks ago. Let me just leave this here. So let's get started. Okay. Here we go. So I had to ask my guides, if I have psychic ability. Hi, fish. Hi, Absol. Absol. Do I know you? Absol. Anyhow, if I look away, you're finally getting sleepy, so you may fall asleep. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Plus, I got sleepy music playing. Okay? Because I know some people need to sleep, and I already took my sleep medicine hours ago. But I'm just reading something from my book that on a reading I did, but I didn't tape it till now. So here is what I have. I have this piece of paper. On this piece of paper, when I spoke to my guides, was Ramona Chappelle. Ramona Chappelle. Okay. Namaste. Everybody's welcome on the Mystic Brady Bunch. So long as we're respectful of each other. Okay. If you see anybody coming in the comments that say different things like, hey, let's talk on WhatsApp. I don't do that. Okay. I never ask anybody to talk on WhatsApp. I don't give you a picture of myself smaller than my regular picture and tell you to let's chat, let's call me. I never do that. So please, it's a scammer trying to get people to probably steal their information or steal money. So please be cognizant of that. Thank you. It's okay if you fall asleep during this reading. I might fall asleep during this reading. Yeah, people are ruthless. I don't even understand what it means, why they're doing that to me. My channel is a light worker channel. I sell my artwork. Sometimes I go 5 months, 6 months, 7 months without nobody asking for a reading. I don't get super chats. I don't get sometimes people donate me wine money, Jesus juice money, which is really nice, but nobody has to buy anything. They can just watch. So I tried to perform a very nice feat of bringing people together, looking for the missing, looking for the murdered. We will never give up until clink clink happens to those murderers, beasts that hurt children and hurt people. Okay, so on my list, who I'm going to focus on with this 5 decks of cards, and I have in the decks of cards, I have missing cards, I have murder cards, I have my own cards that I made, I have the cards that I bought from different places, and just anything to help us to make a change. So the people that Spirit told me to look for, the children, were this children and people. So we have number 1, which I'm doing this evening, or this morning. Summer Moon, Utah Wells. I also have Suzanne Morphew talking to me a lot lately in spirit. So I have to tap into her separately. Okay. Then we have number 3 is Michael Vaughn. Michael Joseph Vaughn has been missing as well. Then we have number 4, Jennifer Dulos from Connecticut. So we have Idaho, we have Tennessee, we have Colorado, we have Idaho, we have Connecticut. Then we have Harmony Montgomery, which is Boston. Okay. Then we have number 6, my grandsons. You don't believe me? My grandsons, Sincere and Classic. Classic and Sincere. Orrin and Orson West. But I like to call them by the names that their mom named them, which was Sincere and Classic. Pettis. Idaho 4 is my number 7. Okay. So I asked God to give me focus because I have ADD. And that's why I needed to channel into those 7 cases specifically. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do other cases, which of course I have done many other cases. I just needed a focus. Okay, so that's where I got this from. Okay. All right, so then we're going to get to my notes. Summer Moon location cards. Sometimes I have trouble reading what I said, what I wrote, but let's take a look. Okay, I have a lot of anxiety tonight, so I had to put my pad on. That didn't help, so I had to pour a little glass of Jesus juice. Helped a little bit. Then I took a little mini nap at the table. I had my head down on the table for a rest, and I woke up kind of later. Good morning, Justice Jane. How are you? Nice to see you on the Mystic Brady Bunch platform. Okay, so we are doing Summer Moon. So I'm going to just start reading. It might not make sense. It might not even make sense to me. But I just want to tell dear God that and angels and all my spirit guides, I'm open and receptive to receiving anything about our girl. Summer Moon. Thank you. So location cards. I got it looks like a D, sorrow, number 3. I'll talk about it. I got spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. Oh, a yes, please. Spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. I got 2, Queen of Discs, the matriarch. Matriarch meaning who was in charge, whose watch was it on that she got lost. Summer Moon got lost on her mother's watch. That's one matriarch, and the grandmother. That's the other matriarch. Okay, you can't blame a teenage boy that was like 15 years old. Okay, perpetrator has behavior patterns of a serial killer. I forgot I wrote that. Oh snap. Okay. The perpetrator has behavior patterns of a serial killer. Then I got the debauchery card, number 7. Drinks alcohol. Pursuit of pleasure. Ended in spirit of regret and pain. Drinks alcohol. Pursuit of pleasure. Always wondering about their own pleasure, not really caring about, are the kids fed? Are they hungry? Would they like me to bake them a cake? No, they're worried about their own. When can I start drinking? I'm so stressed out with all these kids. Okay, not how nice can I clean the house before my husband gets home, but what can I do for me? Okay. They didn't even have an oven in that house. So, drinks, alcohol, pursuits of pleasure ended in spirit of regret and pain. Yeah, something they did when Summer Moon was on their watch ended in regret and pain. They started out in pursuit of pleasure, their own pleasure. But you know who didn't get pleasure? Summer Moon. Victim Smo? Snow has a history with the killer. Victim had a history with the killer. Sorry about that. I don't need glasses for this small part. Can you even see the smoke? There you go. The victim, which I'm saying is Summer, because this is we thinking about Summer, had a history with the killer and something to do with wealth. Like, in other words, if she wasn't there anymore, were they thinking they would have more money, one less mouth to feed? Was that the angle? And this is for entertainment reasons only. Everything that I say is allegedly. Nobody is guilty until proven guilty. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law in the United States of America. I too could be incorrect. Okay. Male of female child, 5, 6, 7 to 18, under 25, can act or look much younger. So when I got that card, I thought two things. First, I thought of H, who was 15 at the time. Okay, having information, knowing something. But then I also thought of the psychological combination of Candace Wells. Candace Wells, Summer's mother, acted as if she was a teenager. Why else would she be flirting with Hunter? Why else would she want to hang out with a teenager and impress a teenager if there wasn't something wrong upstairs? Okay. So, male or female child, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 18, under 25 though, can act or look much younger. Carnival fair, and I checked this a couple times because I didn't understand it, how it fit in. Hi, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. I didn't know it was going to go live. I just knew I had to do this video. Okay, so I kept getting this carnival card. As I was over and over again, I was praying to God and my spirit guides. Please give us a location on Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Please give us a location where we can find her body, where we can find her bones, where we can find anything to do with her. Summer Moon, Utah Wells. And I got the Carnival Fair card again and again. Okay? Carnival Fair card is amusement park, a circus, some kind of circus place. Okay? And I don't really understand it all. I have a Skittle. Okay? Sorry, I had to get these. Hi, Tracy. Was Ramona Chappelle? Okay. All right. I just had to go get these. All right. So, guys, let me just finish. Sorry, I had to eat 2 Twizzlers. Once you start eating Twizzlers, you need not Twizzler, Skittles. Skittles. Eat the rainbow. Okay. The rainbow helps me. Okay, anyhow. So I got under the sun when I asked the question is, where is Summer Moon Utah Wells? Where could we find your physical body? And I tapped in. I was all tapped up. I was all prayed up, and with my spirit guides close to me. I had burned a whole bunch of different Palo Santo sticks, sage, white sage, and I said, "Where are you? Where can we find her body? Spirit guides, please help me." And I got under the sun, so that told me she's outside. Outside like Gannon, outside like Tylee, outside like JJ. Okay, so we have these big cases coming up where they're talking about Gannon Stalk, and he was outside by a water in Florida, by granite. And JJ and Tylee, Katina, they tell me, Katina, we were outside too, but we were buried in the pet cemetery of Chad Daybell's yard. Okay, so when the students and the children give to me something, they said under the sun. That tells me they're outside. Okay, then I try to ask where, what's the location? Is it by the house? Are you 5 miles from the house, 10 miles from the house? And what I got was, okay, 3 different places for summer. Okay, so first, by definitely taken out of Warrior Park, put in the car, then driven somewhere, put in a plastic container. Because she needed medical attention. I feel like it was a dry drowning. And when Candace called her husband, Don said, "We're not bringing her to the doctor because the doctor will see that she either was SA'd or that she just, passed away, and why didn't she call the ambulance earlier?" So they didn't want to get in trouble. So they had to hide her body. And there's a couple of places that I do see, like that graffitied bridge-like thing, that tunnel, that graffitied tunnel. I feel that there might have been like little bushes and stuff over there, and the plastic container was placed like there. Okay, but then that container did not stay there. They just wanted to get her summer off the property of when it was being looked at by the cops. And then after that, for some reason, I feel like she went back to Warrior Park, but was put in one of those bunkers that they had built like in the 40s. And they're underground bunkers. You can only fit like 2 people in there, 2 adult people. Okay? You could bring your water down there, and they're just underground bunkers. Because she always would tell me cement. She saw cement around her. She saw the moon up there. Okay. So put in a plastic container. She's near a beach, gravel, sand, not in water. So she's like Gannon, and she's like Tylee and JJ, where she's buried, is what she's trying to tell me. Because they were buried, Gannon was just like thrown in a suitcase over by the granite rocks, and JJ and Tylee were buried in but not in water, near gravel sand, but not in water, put in a plastic container, but may not be in it anymore. Find the container, find some Samamu Tawel's DNA. If you find that container, you'll find her DNA in there. Was strangled after head injury. That's what I got. Was strangled after head injury, allegedly. In my opinion, second day drowning. Secondary drowning? Second day drowning. By trees or forest, shallow grave. Was deep but now is shallow. I didn't understand why. Maybe somebody else will understand why. Was deep but now shallow. Cheap. One for cabbage. Chase, chest, choke. Cheap. I'm not sure what I wrote over there, but choking. Like was drowning, so did not get enough oxygen up to her brain, and I see her throwing up. But instead of being cared for, I see her yelling, Candace yelling at her. And the reason why they put the clothes on her first outfit for school, is because they put the clothes on her because she had vomited all over the bathing suit, and nobody's finding the bathing suit anymore. And nobody found the clothes anymore. Supposedly she went in and changed. Well, where is that outfit? I don't think she's ever showed us. Why? Because there's DNA on that outfit. And there's throw up. So by trees in the forest was in deep but now shallow grave. Under the moon, again. And these are the letters I got. If anybody wants to help me, you could put these letters in Google and find different ways of making words. But we have E, no, it looks like F. We have F, H, C, Z as in zebra, K as in Katrina. So we have F as in Frank, H as in house, C as in cookie, Z as in zebra, K as in Kate. We have T as in Tom, K as in Kate, I as in igloo, W as in water, G as in good, D as in dog, V as in Victor, M as in mom. So if anybody could play around with those letters in Google and see what words you get, I'd appreciate it. Okay, next page, I have summer location, Ace of Wands. That's where the Ace of Wand tarot card, somebody's holding a wand right through the clouds. And it's a powerful, represents the fire signs like Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And what it does is it talks about new beginnings. It talks about new money. It talks about new ideas, new creation. Okay, so I'm thinking this might be a new location that nobody checked into way back in when it first happened, when she first got lost or taken. Okay, the hangman is getting shorter, getting stronger in oneself. The hangman usually represents somebody who says, I don't want to hang out anymore. I want to just be by myself and think. Okay, it's a Virgo card. So somebody is being like the hangman in this case, and they're getting stronger in oneself. After a lot of deliberating and delaying in your life, what I wrote down was, I feel like this is more of the kid H. And everybody knows what his name is, that he's going to have a bombshell. Okay, I think he definitely knows something more than what he might be saying. Anybody have any questions? so far. Not reading the chat. I don't think I have many in the chat, but that's okay. Hi, Tracy Tester. Hi, Justice Jane. Justice Jane, you have any questions about Summer Moon? Hi, Zenjen. Hi, Absaf. Okay, so Eight of Wands, we have a speedy news or situation coming. Arrows of love. Four of Wands, we have happy home, possibly country setting. Okay. At one point, and I'm going to say it, Candace was making this her happy home because she did not grow up with a happy home. She had a chance before. She had two other kids with her first husband, Andy. She had two other chances to make a happy home. She had a girl and a boy. Guess what? It wasn't happy. Now she had these three lovely boys, a husband who seems like he's a hard worker, a big drinker. She was a big drinker too. And she decided, three boys and a girl, nah, I'm just going to do what I want. Ideally, she had some moments of a happy home with those four kids. She doesn't have them anymore. We have grandma's plants on the property. Could be important, but I think they checked it out. I don't know if they checked it out with the cadaver dogs. That's what they need, cadaver dogs. Six of Cups is happy house, childhood memories, flowers planted near the creek nearby. I felt that was important. I felt I was hot on that. Now I'm just going to simply shuffle for a couple of seconds, asking the question over and over again. Where can we find Summer Moon Utah Wells' body? Where is she? Okay, so just give me a moment. Hi, Valerie Jones. How are you? Yeah, I surprised myself too. I was just supposed to be doing a video on summer, but I have these notes from weeks ago, and I said, let me just stop procrastinating already. I had an anxiety attack, so I had to put my patch on. I took my sleep medicine hours ago. Do you see me asleep? That would be a no. And then I had to have some Jesus juice. Helped a little bit. Okay, so the cards, my murder scene cards, crime cards say Suspects lives near the scene of the crime. Ain't that the truth? Suspect lives near the scene of the crime. See that house? So does he live in the house with Summer? Or is he a random person? I don't think he's a random person. That's my opinion. Where is Summer Moon, Utah Wells? I'm open and receptive to receiving. Please, Shanann, help me. Please, Gannon, help me. Let us find Summer Moon, Utah Wells' body, please. Dating history of a killer. Knew a victim. Okay, dating history or killer. Knew a victim. Okay, so this is straight up. The killer knew the victim. So the killer knew Summer Moon, which could also mean it's a family member, allegedly. Okay, in my opinion, this crime will be solved in the distant future. Well, that doesn't give us anything soon. Distant is a long time from now. It's already been 2 years, right? This crime will be solved in the distant future. It's already been 2 years for this little girl. The victim had a history with the killer. Look at this scary picture. The victim had a history with the killer. That's scary. That's so scary. Okay. And then the last card was this case will remain unsolved until the evidence is discovered. Who knows the evidence? Who knows what's happening? Now, psychically, when I ask Spirit that, they show me Candace, they show me H, they show me Grandis, they show me Don, but Don doesn't say anything. He's a Scorpio. He'll take it to the grave. Way too long, that precious angel needs to be laid to rest. Yes, Valerie, that's true. Does anybody want me to do my crime cards in front of you? I've already done it, but I can do it in front of you. Okay, let me just go get them. Angels, please help us. Angels and ancestors of some whom Utah Wells, physically find her body, physical body. Thank you, please and thank you. Pray for her physical body. Pray for her physical body. Physical body. Pray for her physical body. Pray for her physical body. Please and thank you. Someone Utah Wells. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to shuffle. And that's okay that I had to shuffle. I don't think you could see the smoke anymore. Let's write Summer's name. Summer. Moon. And she was definitely an Aquarius. Okay. Okay, so when I first did these cards, where's she gonna be? Location. These cards are supposed to be location cards. We got the Hacker. Well, that's interesting. Prince of Swords. I might have to use the book for this. The Hacker, Prince of Swords. So that is very interesting. Somebody's hacking computers and changing things, so I have to look at what that means. Let's see. Sorry about that. I finally found it. So the Prince of Swords, it says, let me tell you why you're here. Why you're here, because you know something. What you know, you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what to do. Why it's there. It's like a splinter in your mind driving you mad. And this is the feeling that has brought you to me. That's by the Matrix. We begin out in the suit of swords, a light bulb going on in your head, that there's a pure idea, a spark of an idea. For the prince, information is everything. Information is everything. No ideal, no law or obstacle will stand between him and the question tugging at his mind. The pursuit of answers can be incredibly resourceful and utterly determined. He is flexible and creative, but also focused on the precise. His mind runs hot, constantly churning out new solutions. So the Prince of Swords, in terms of the Hacker, its potential downfall for the number of cards in the suit, his fallings and those inherited, is pure. His path is pure air. For this, the brilliance. Prince does not usually play well with others. Without the social convention of water, he can be cold, callous, even cruel, lacking in connection and earth, and he has little respect for the hard work and property of others. Why do I feel like they were talking about Don? I could be wrong. But these are location cards. The Urban Tarot is supposed to be helpful in getting a location. We're thinking about just Summer Moon, Utah Wells. We know that she's between 5 and 7 from the property. Or she could be on the property, because this on Ben Hill Road has 11,000 square footage miles of land. They could have taken her back from Warriors Park. They could have driven her to a new location, hid her there for a while in the caves, taken her back after that, and brought her back to after their yard was already with the dogs and the cadaver dogs, which was only a short amount of time. Then after they knew the cadaver dogs aren't coming back, then they could sneak Summer Moon's body back in one of those sheds that are on that property. She could be right under a piece of wood in one of those sheds that are never used. Okay? Underground. We got this card. Look carefully at that card. Look carefully. What do you notice? I'm constantly thinking about Summer Moon, right? It says the Aeon, and there's 2 X's, which means 20. So I have to look it up. Just missed it. The Aeon is seeing yourself and your life as part of a greater cycle of time. It's about looking at your place of history, trying to see through the eyes of those who came before you. Judgment, and it represents the Judgment card, and it shows an image of the dead rising from their graves on Judgment Day. This card is to call and take a look at what you have done with your time on this planet and ask yourself, how will you face your Creator when your time is over? And in this instance, I much prefer the use of connotations and Crowley Aeon, in which we see time as a cycle continuing perhaps into infinity and then beyond the generations yet to come. Okay. So in other words, when I absorb this card, it has a lot to do with thinking about what have you done with your life? What contribution have you made? And what I keep on hearing spiritually is own up to what you've done. Don't live with it anymore to haunt you. Even if you didn't get caught, own up to what you have done. Specifically with this little girl named Summer Moon Utah Wells. She existed. She was in Tennessee, and she lit up the world with her smile. And she had brothers that loved her and fought with her. And she had somebody named Robin Lane that might know something too. She loved that Robin Lane. She's telling me right now, why couldn't Robin be my mommy? I know, sweetheart. But we all have karmic attachments, karmic things that go on, okay? Don't get scared, but look what card came after I shuffled. Where is the location of Summer Moon Utah Wells? We got the Death card. And I know that's a disturbing card. Okay, then we also got the Art card. And you know she loves art. Anytime I do my artwork, which was yesterday, I created 2 new pieces. I don't know if you could see them. They're over in that corner. Right there is peace. Peace. And right above that is love. And right above that is Uriel. That was yesterday. Okay. Anyway, she gets happy when she sees me painting. So the Art card came up, and the number is 10 with a 1. Looks like 14. Hold on, I gotta look this one up. Any questions at all? Reason, do you think that it was an accident, cover-up, possibly drowned while Candace Hunter were having sex? I don't know. I am going to say what I think. Oops. I will say what I think after I finish these cards. I have said what I thought happened in my other videos, but I'll have to link them because a lot of people don't miss them and they don't go back. They don't know how to go back to my old summer videos or Suzanne videos. Okay, let's see. Oh, here it is. Same page. Older decks call this card temperance, which once a common term in the practical of mixing wine with water. Pamela Coleman Smith's beautiful line from the Rider-Waite deck features somewhat centrally in the form of a mural on a wall. The most common interpretation of this card relates to moderation in opposition to extremism, seeking a middle road and mixing your anger and passion with calm and rationality as water is added to wine. With the Thoth deck, Crowley says that when you mix and combine opposing elements, water and fire, red and white, and rather than diminishing both or canceling out their energy, it's with the possible to create them from them something wholly new, the power of unique elemental parts. The Thoth deck calls this trump art, that's interesting. Finding a way to harmonize, then mix them, combine them into a new, unique whole solve at Koala. Alchemists say dissolve and combine. I see what I have done with this deck and kind of creative alchemy. The art and artist who never grows in a vacuum, creating new work as much as the process of learning to see, absorb, process, and what others have done. I make no illusions about what I've borrowed from those who have come before me, and I try to give credit to those who've contributed to the pieces, but I put my signature on as much as I am the creator, so too I am the alchemist, taking a pinch at this, dab at that, putting mysterious components together in a pot, waiting to see what emerges. Okay, you might say, what the freak did that mean? And I might say, I don't know. Okay, I go, what does this card need to tell us? Spirit, what does this card need to tell us? There's a couple of levels. They said on one level it's about being creative and how Summer Moon liked art. She liked to create. Had she lived, she would have been in a creative field. She liked to be active and creative field, so she would have had a couple of hobbies going on. But to extend it to the people who were around her, they didn't always feel creative. But when it came to Summer's death and disappearance, allegedly, they got creative by moving her, taking her from place to place. And guess what? We're catching up with them. Then we got the devil again. The devil. Which is Scorpio energy. The devil comes up on Scorpio energy or water energy, which could be Pisces, Scorpio, or who's the other water sign? Cancer. But the devil deals with addictions, addictive personalities, making the negative choices, making the bad choices. And who do you think made bad choices? We know who. Okay, so I said, when will we find, where is Summer Moon Utah Wells? And I got located, or that was a time frame of 8 to 10 years. Oh God, please no. 8 to 10 years. We can't wait for that. Well, we might have to. It's divine time, not our time. But I feel like something's happening. Okay, sorry about that. I was yawning. Springtime. I've gotten this before. When the ground gets wet and flowers start to come up. Under the sun again. Water or oil tank might be important. Also, storage tank, bomb shelter. I've said that since day one. I have pictures on that. Go see that video. Close to the city. Close to a city. Then we got somebody who might know something about a clue for summer moon can be Hispanic, African American, brown or black skin, brown eyes, black or gray white hair. So looks like an older male, but could be a female too, though. What do you want to tell us about this card? Okay. I just heard was a nurse or a doctor in the hospital the day the grandmother was getting her knee fixed. He saw, or she, I think this is a he saw Summer. He was asking questions about Summer because he didn't think she looked well. Okay. Any questions? The bridge. I saw a bridge. Hey, Carol. Don't you have to get up for work tomorrow with the kids? I'm surprised you're here, Carol. Thank you, pal. So do you think that she is near home? Yes, I do. She was moved like 2 to 3 times. But now, after they have not, if you guys remember, when people were coming to the property, like Molly Golightly and, forget his name, Allison and some husband and wife couple that live right in Tennessee. And they were talking about, should we start searching here? And should we get cadaver dogs? And should we call EquiSearch wanted to come back? And Don was in jail. And Candace was in the house. And she said, nobody's coming. No one's allowed to search. Why'd she say that? Because she had something to hide. That's why she said that. So nobody has literally went there with cadaver dogs except for the first time. Reason Summer, do you think that it was an accident? Cover up, possibly drown while Candace Hunter having sex? Yeah, I think they went to go adjust the mother's leg, right? She definitely hurt her leg when they went to the carnival type thing. Oh, that could be the carnival. When they went the day before with the boys, so they banged into her leg, her knee, and screwed it up. So why she would leave all the boys home, she did that on purpose. She wanted to be with H again. She had a babysitter for Summer. That babysitter quit at the last minute or said, I can't make it, the last minute. She decided to take Summer because Summer would be safer. The boys would say, oh, mommy's kissing somebody or mommy's doing something, and call their dad because they very much were for the dad. But Summer was like kind of in the middle, even though she was daddy's girl. So I believe that, yes, they did go swimming. I don't believe that grandma came down to the park. She sat in the car. She just got something done on her leg. She sat in the car, fixing her phone, resting her leg. Maybe she had an Oxycontin, allegedly. Maybe they gave her Tylenol 5 or Tylenol 3. It's a very light medication, but maybe she just wanted to rest and sleep it off in the car and like rest in the car. She's not there to go swimming with a bad knee going down a hill. So it was H, Candace, and Summer Moon walking down that hill. And then he wasn't as compliant because H has not seen Candace in a while. And he also said on Facebook that he had a girlfriend. And that blew her mind. She didn't like that. So they send baby Summer in the water by herself. And they're fooling around, kissing, or just like she's trying to schmooze on him. She's saying, hey, H, you want a beer? You want a joint? You want to smoke a joint? You want to have a beer? Like, I'm the cool mom. I could get you all these cool things. I could do cool things. And so I think that SA with Hunter, well, everybody knows it's Hunter, with H had where it was not just regular sex, it was O sex. You know what O sex is? Begins with an O. Okay. In the woods, they moved a little bit into the woods, and there's Summer playing by herself. Okay. So at first, they didn't want, then Summer sees something. She starts yelling, I see you. I'm telling Daddy. Mommy, I'm telling Daddy. I saw you kiss him. I saw what you doing. It's nasty, right? So she's yelling at Summer in the water, just have fun. That's when you see Candace tells Hunter to go into the water to play with her daughter, to calm her down, right? Candace didn't want to go in the water. Right? She just wanted to hang out with Hunter. She was safe. Her mother was in the car up the hill, and her daughter was in the water, and all her sons were away at the house by themselves. And I think that she sent in Hunter, go in the water, play with her, see what's happening. Because all of a sudden she did go down. She went under the water. There's this big tree stump. She slipped and she went under. And Hunter admitted to that, and he picked her up by her hair. At first she was like, all disoriented, and then he said she was okay. Well, what happens is when you swallow, you hit your head and you swallow a lot of water, and a lot of water gets in your lungs. You don't show it right away. Maybe you get out of the water and you just don't feel good and you throw up, or you just feel dizzy or cold. Okay, and that's when they put the other outfit on her, and she threw up. And I hear Candace yell at her because she was trying to say, I'm going to tell Daddy what I saw. And I think she might have given her a couple of sips of that lemonade, said, have some lemonade, so she would be confused. Now, meanwhile, she didn't have any breakfast, no lunch. And then they go and they get smoothies. Now, you could drink that when you have a concussion. You could be forced to drink it when you've just had a dry drowning. Okay, because a dry drowning will kick in 45 minutes later. And that's where your eyes are not open. You're kind of almost unconscious. So that's where they stop at the store, this is according to me, and they get the milk jugs. And they lean her head on those milk jugs, thinking maybe that'll help. You get banged your head, you put ice on it. The kid is cold and threw up all over the bathing suit. You put on an outfit that's for school. Okay? Then nobody saw that outfit again. Anyhow, I think she gets home. The boys might have come out, brought in the groceries, but they said, leave her alone. She's sleeping. She's very tired. She's sleeping. So they leave her alone. They're busy with their Nintendo game, whatever games they're playing. They go back in, and she never got out of that car to say, I'm going to go play. And then when she's finished with her mother, maybe they were doing drugs, maybe they were just adjusting her knee brace. And she goes and checks the car, and in the car, she sees an unconscious baby girl, Summer. And instead of calling an ambulance, she tells her mom, and then she calls her husband. Okay? Some people do that. And so the husband comes home right away, and they say, this isn't good. She's going to start to smell. So they put her in a plastic container, like one of those plastic boxes that you have the plastic lid and and I think it's yellow. I did a reading a long time ago about that. I was on the news. You could tell by my nails they were yin yang. Anyhow, nobody asked me. Nobody paid me for that. Anyway, I feel that Don did not make the right decision to take her to the hospital. And Candace did not make the right decision to take her to the hospital. And Grandis did not push for her granddaughter to go to the hospital strong enough. And she was purple. And when they finally tried to see if they could do anything with her, she was already gone. Dry drowning. Takes about 45 minutes. If you don't do anything for them, they can die. And like she came to me and she goes, I'm purple. I'm your favorite color. Katrina, look, I'm purple. I'm your favorite color. So, I believe after that, they had to get rid of her body and put it somewhere safe. They weren't going to bring her on there over by where they lived because they could have too much evidence on her. So I think they might have kept her in Warrior Park or the stables in that plastic container. Then went back, got her in that plastic container. She was very tired. Put her down underground where they have plenty of those things that they made in the war times in 1940s, bunkers. All right. Take her out of the bunker, put her in a crystal cave somewhere where there's crystal caves. Okay. Finally, the last resting place would be after they already checked out their house twice. They brought her back. People, let's face it, people weren't even paying attention to her. They brought her back to their own home, 11,000 acres, and hid her in one of those sheds, okay, that nobody uses. Maybe under the floorboard and then under the dirt, or just really sitting in there because they know nobody will go in there. Okay. But there's a cut in the, piece of the board is moved over so she could see the sun. She could see the rain. She could see the snow. Okay. Yeah, she tells me 5 to 7 miles away from the house. Okay, anyhow, I hope that helps. It's way too long and I gotta get to bed. I love you guys. If you have any questions, put it in the regular chat. Put it in the comment section. And the next person on my list that I'm gonna be doing is, I'll tell you right now, I think it's Suzanne. Oh, here it is. Summer Moon, which I just did, Suzanne Morphew, Michael Vaughn, Jennifer Dulos, Harmony Montgomery, my grandsons, Sincere and Classic, and then number 7 is Idaho 4. And what I do is I do like 5 to 7 decks of cards. After I tap in, I write the notes down. Then I come back at you. Then I do 2 more decks again. Anyhow, namaste. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you liked it a lot, please give me a heart in the comments. I thank you. If you have anything to add, please let me know in the comments when you watch the rewind. Please, Summer Moon Utah Wells, please come to us and let us know in our minds, in our cards and things that we see around us. Give us the clues of where we could find your physical body so that you could rest in heaven and have a decent burial that you could be honored by, because we love you so much. So many people love you, Summer Moon. And please help us to find you. Thank you, dear God, in Jesus' name. Amen.